What's up, everybody? On today's video, we're going to go into Camp Hill, Alabama, one of the most dangerous cities in the entire country. I think only West Helena, Arkansas has a higher consistent murder rate. And so this is definitely one of the most dangerous places we're going to go to in the entire country. 2017, 16, and 15, their murder rate was over 100 out of 100,000. Now, but I want to show you guys something, because there's a big YouTuber called Lord Spuda. I watch his YouTube channel. He came out here, and I like the channel. I watch it. Came out here and made a video about how rural poverty in Alabama and how they're poor. I lived in this area. I lived one county over. Thankfully, I don't live in this place anymore.
In a quarter mile,
for lack of a better term.
280 road.
This isn't a poor place. We are on a 2-lane highway that if we pulled a U-turn right now, in 13 minutes we would be in Auburn, Alabama. In the outskirts of Auburn, Alabama, and in 23 minutes we'd be in the heart of Alabama. There's a freaking university in Auburn, Alabama.
280 road.
It's a university. This is a beautiful paved 2-lane highway, and in 13 minutes you're in the outskirts of Auburn, a city that has a university.
Continue on Old 280 road for 1 mile.
Now, I lived here. You're not going to tell me a story. Matter of fact, they're building here. Look, they cleared this whole lot to build it. Okay, now I lived one county over. And there is so much of a need for workers in this part of Alabama that I lived one county over, I'd get calls to come work over here. I worked in this area when I lived in Alabama. I'd get calls for work because they just couldn't find enough workers. Okay, there's a lot of work in this part of Alabama. On top of that, it's a college town, and we know what college kids like to do. And we also know that 90% of people that get murdered in the United States, it's about money. People don't get murdered for anything other than money or territory for sales and stuff. This isn't a poor place. It might look poor, but that's because these people are masters.
Turn right onto South Main Street.
People are masters at hiding their true colors. But they're not poor. There's no poverty. You can drive right now to Auburn, Alabama. In 13 minutes, you're in Auburn, Alabama, a city that has a dang university and a sports team.
Turn right onto South Main Street.
Get the crap out of here, man. These people in Alabama, they're not poor. First, they all deal with cash money, so you're never really going to know how much money they got.
Continue on South
These people
Main Street
here
for half
only
a mile.
deal with cash money. These people, they only deal with cash money out here. They keep their income stats low so they can get food stamps, so they can get a disability, so they can't be reporting income. If you're trying to get food stamps, you can't be reporting income. What these people are doing is that they are systematically bleeding the American system because they don't want to work. Okay? I'm the map real quick, Katie. What these people are doing in Alabama, in these rural Alabama towns with low incomes and all that, is that they are systematically bleeding the American system. These people, they're not disabled. All these people, they all got a disability. They all get food stamps. They look like they're starving. They're not starving. Morbid obesity rate in the Deep South is higher than anywhere else in America. America is the only country in the world where poor people are fat. The only country in the whole world where poor people are suffering from morbid obesity. What type of country is that? That's the United States of America, where the poor people are fat. What country in the world has that problem? The United States of America. where the most impoverished communities are dealing with morbid obesity. These people, they get food stamps, man. They all get a disability. They get food stamps. You can get a house out here for $20,000, man. Let's just look around and figure it out. They drive an old beat up car and they look poor so that they don't draw attention. You think there's no money moving in this town? Get the crap out of here, bro. It looks run down and miserable, but this is all, you see all this misery and all these rundown buildings? This is all an outwardly display of poverty. They want to make you think they're poor. These people ain't poor out here. They get food stamps, their houses are paid off. The rest of us, when I make $50,000 a year, where I live in Florida, when I make $50,000 a year, the first $50,000 are my car loan and my rent. For the first $50,000 a year that I make. The first $50,000 that I make don't even exist. You guys know that? My rent is $2,300 a month for a 1-bedroom tiny apartment in Florida. My car payment's $1,200 a month. The first $3,200 that I make don't even exist. That's just rent and a car and insurance. That means if I make $70,000 a year, somebody here who made $13,000 a year has more disposable income than I do. I can blow out back window. So when YouTubers come from other parts of the country and they see this stuff, they're like, "Oh, these people are there's no jobs here. They're starving in Alabama. There's no jobs. There's rural poverty. Why is there rural poverty in the United States?" I don't know why there's rural poverty. Because they don't want to work. Because they're lazy. Because they don't want to work. Look how many work trucks there are on about. If you look around carefully, look how many people are actually working for themselves. And there's work trucks everywhere. You know? There's rural poverty in the United States. We don't have any jobs. They're 13 minutes from Auburn. They have a university. What do you mean there's no jobs? You can rent an apartment in Auburn for $600 a freaking month. For $600 a month, you can rent an apartment in Auburn. A month. You can rent an apartment. And you can make $16, $17, $18 to $22 an hour. They have a Kia plant on the other side of the border, freaking Georgia. These people aren't poor, they're lazy. So I'm sorry, Lord Scuda, I love your channel. But these people aren't. They had a tornado come through. Look how many cars are damaged.
Yeah.
These people aren't poor. They're lazy. They keep their incomes down so they can get food stamps. They're trying to get their food stamps. They can't be having you can't be having your income if you're getting food stamps. Mm-hmm. You understand what's up? Wow, all these cars got. They might have had a hailstorm. Mm. With the hurricane or tornado, whatever crap they had, must have had a hailstorm. Mm-hmm. Look at all the cars are destroyed.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's probably getting insurance. I don't get any insurance money. We must have had this hailstorm or something come through here.
Because I'm seeing like little.
Let's ask him real quick.
Yeah.
Ask him. Hey, y'all had a hailstorm come through? What's up with all the cars beat up here? Yeah. Hail?
Yeah, hailstorm.
How long ago?
It was Sunday.
Oh, Sunday?
Yes.
Oh, dang. Was that what that tornado that came through?
Yes.
Dang, I'm sorry, y'all.
Oh, it's okay. Thank you.
Yeah, y'all have a beautiful day.
All right, same here.
Yeah. Hey, what happened, man? I'm trying to tell these folks. I'm trying to tell you, man. Hey, I'm a YouTuber. But I gotta travel, though. Yeah. Hey, y'all have a beautiful day, man. I gotta get... Yeah. All right, man. I love all of her people, though, man. So this is all from that,
Yeah.
that tornado that went through Georgia destroyed this town, bro.
Because you can see with that truck, you can tell
And
it
this is
was
all
hail.
recent.
Recent
man.
hail.
That sucks, bro. But nah, guys, for real though, there's opportunities anywhere. You in America. You in America. There's opportunities out here. This disaster right here. We gotta get up out of here. That's a money-making scheme. This hurricane and tornadoes and stuff, that's a money-making theme.
Yeah.
That's a money-making scheme right now. Roofing companies,
Yep.
insurance company, car dealerships, everybody make
I've
money
already
off that.
seen roofers out in this town.
Yeah.
So there were.
Yeah, people get to the money. You can get to the money.
You can get to the
You
money.
can get to the
anywhere.
money anywhere. You're in the United States of America, man. You're in the United States of America. You can get to the money however you want. Roofing, car sales, car repair. There's 1,000 ways to make money, bro. Look at how many people are out and about working this. Now, what happens in Alabama is that people out here like cash money. They don't want to pay. They're smart. They don't have a mortgage. Like, if you got a mortgage, you got to make. You know, if you got a mortgage, you got to make. I don't know. If you get a mortgage, you got to be making $5,000 a month. You don't need to be making $5,000 a month in Alabama. All these houses are paid off. All these houses are paid off. Everything's paid off. Houses, everything. All these cars are paid off too. People here don't have car loans. You know what I mean? But when you drive through, they're like, hey man, yo, you got a brand new car, look good and all that. But they got more money. I can guarantee you these people here with these old beat up cars got more money than me and Katie do. I got that. That's what I got. This car ain't mine. This is the bank's car.
Until it's paid off, it's the bank's.
Until it's paid off, this belongs to the bank. Let's be real about that. But guys, no, don't be fooled. Okay, don't be fooled by this, you know, this ideology that people have that there's poverty. I lived in rural Alabama. I lived in places like this, and I made more money in Alabama than I ever dreamed I would ever make. And I'm coming from Naples, Florida, a rich beach town in Florida. More millionaires per capita than anywhere in the country. Okay, there are right now in Naples, Florida, where I live, 1,800 houses on the marketplace. 1,800 houses listed for over $1 million. And I made more money out here in rural Alabama than I ever did in Naples. Why? Because in Naples, yeah, there's money, but there's competition for that money.
Yeah.
Out here, there's no competition for that money. If you want to come get that money out here, you come get it. You know, and I want you guys in Alabama to understand something. Maybe you grew up around this is all you know. There's a bigger world out there. Okay? Y'all need to stop crying about how, you know, we ain't got no jobs and we what do you need more income for? We don't get paid enough. We need jobs to pay us more. Pay you more for what? Where we live right now in Florida, a house in the neighborhood that we live in Florida, in the neighborhood that we live in Florida right now, the average listing on a single family home is $750,000. $750,000. Okay? Not 7,500, not 75,000. $750,000 is the average listing for a single family home where we live right now in Florida in Lakewood Ranch. That's the average. Dang, look, that car got beat up. Dude, that hailstorm must have been wicked, bro. Do the math, man. And like I said, in the time that I was in Alabama, it was easier to make money here in Alabama than it was in Florida. It's easier to make money here in Alabama than in Florida. So not only, dude, the winds must have, this is like a hurricane. This was a tornado come through here. There's no way. Look how it,
big tornado.
this is like,
yeah.
So I'm from Florida. For the trees to be on the ground like that, that's 120, 130 mile per hour winds.
Yeah.
See how all these leaves are on the ground from the trees? And these are fresh too. This is the springtime. They had 100-mile-per-hour winds come through here.
Yeah.
This was borderline a tornado. But this is never going to show up on the news. Nobody's going to come out here to report this.
Yeah.
But this town got hit hard, man. You can tell it came right through here because, like, look, on this street, there's no trees on the ground, right?
Yeah.
See, right here, there's not too much on the ground. But on that street right there,
Yeah.
all those leaves on the ground, that's like 100-mile-per-hour winds came through here.
Yeah.
This right here, they had 100-mile-per-hour winds come through here, at least. That's 115-mile-per-hour winds. For these trees to be on the ground like this, you need 110-mile-per-hour winds for this to happen.
Yeah.
So they had some serious, like right through here, down the street, you can see where the leaves were all down the road. They had some serious winds come through here.
Yeah.
Look at this tree. This tree right here. All these leaves on the
It's
ground.
impassable.
This would be a horrible place to get stuck.
Yeah.
You think we'll make it or no?
I don't think we'll make it, and I don't want to be stuck out here.
Let me see where the street goes. It goes back out to town. No, it goes to we gotta get back into town.
Yeah.
You want a Jeep? We'll go back into town. But anyways, guys, yeah, that's 100-mile-per-hour winds. 120-mile-per-hour winds came through. This is definitely what came through here was brutal. Brutal.
Yeah, it was like a superstorm.
Yeah, supercell. I mean, it was a tornado on the other side.
Yeah.
But this here was like before the tornado starts up, when the tornado's trying to start up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, guys, there's so much money to be made in these rural parts of Alabama. As a working class person in Alabama, you can start working, you can start making money. This was a tornado right through there.
Yeah.
You see how the trees are down there? That's a tornado.
Yeah.
See how they all fell in different directions?
Yeah.
So this here, if you look carefully, this car right here, you can see it blew out the windshield of that car right there. It's just about destroyed. Look how it pounded that car. Just destroyed these cars, man. About every car almost in this town got pounded like that.
Yeah.
Looks like it went north to south through here. Let's see if we can actually find some like tornado looking damage. This must have been like really high winds.
Yeah.
100-mile-per-hour winds at least. Look how cool this old building is.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah. It looks like part of that house came down,
Dude,
but that could have been just age.
That's age, man. Look at that. That is so cool. I love to explore these places like this. That is so cool. It'd be cool if we can go inside that property, but you have to get permission. Yeah, it might have just recently fallen.
Yeah.
Who knows? I'm gonna look how the sidewalks like.
Yeah.
Dude, this is so cool. Give me a second. I want to take a picture of this abandoned house. I love abandoned stuff like this. I wish I could go explore, but in Alabama, never go trespassing in Alabama.
Never.
That's one way to die right there.
Yeah.
In other states like Florida, it's not a big deal. But here in Alabama, don't ever go trespassing on properties. This is borderline tornado damage here. It's not exactly tornado damage, but it's getting pretty close. But no, guys, and no disrespect to Lord Scoot on that video that he made here in Camp Hill, but no, this isn't rural poverty. No. This is just people have rigged up the system so they don't have to work. Everybody uses cash money. We're gonna have to get out of this town real quick.
Yeah.
GPS, the place in you wanna drive to Lafayette and then come out to West Point? We gotta go to West Point, but nobody looking at us?
I don't think anyone's looking.
Let's get to West Point where the tornado was. On that in West Point, but let's do it. There we go, like that route. So no, guys, Alabama, you know, that whole narrative of we're poor because there's no jobs and all that, that's garbage, dude. These people here will pay you to work.
If they have the money to pay you to work,
on map, yeah.
They have it.
You can make money out here, guys.
Yeah.
You really can. Dang, it's so sad to see all their cars destroyed like that.
Yeah, that's...
Hopefully the insurance takes care of them.
Yeah.
But And a lot of people.
That's something you're not expecting.
Yeah. But no, this whole narrative of like rural Alabama poverty and all that's all garbage, dude. I made so much money. It was so easy to make money, and oh my gosh, was it easy to make money here. It was so easy to make money in rural Alabama. You guys have no idea. I remember one day I worked out here for somebody, and I got, what was it? We made like $400 in 2 hours out here. It was a lady that had like she needed help. She couldn't do it. And I was like, she's like, look at the house had the roof thrown off.
Yeah.
That's definitely tornado damage right there. Go on this street real quick. Yeah, there's what's starting to look like tornado damage through here. Not every last little bit of it, but a lot of it does look like tornado damage.
Head northwest
That
on
roof
Weed
flipped
Street
upside down
toward
like that.
North
That's
Main Street.
definitely that's like tornado, because tornadoes suck stuff up. That's definitely tornado
And one thing I
damage.
did notice about
Turn left
working
onto
out
North Main
here
Street.
was they didn't just pay you what you said.
They paid you more.
They pay you more.
And they were so thankful, man. Like,
Yeah.
one thing I really liked about Alabama was like how well people paid you, because they couldn't find anybody. So if you showed up to work, they'd be happy, man. Like that lady, I think I told her 400, and she gave us 440, right? She gave us like $40 extra.
Yeah.
And it was like an elderly poor lady living in like on a trailer in the middle of nowhere. So no, this whole notion that there's no money to be made out here, dude. There's money to be. You're in the United States of America, dude.
Turn left onto North Main Street.
I've had people in Florida where
Let me get the other phone. I gotta get a photo of this.
yeah, you're going to work in a mansion and they're trying to haggle you over $20.
But that's why they got millions.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. That's why they got millions. They got millions because they do stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why those people got millions of dollars, because they haggle you over a dollar bill, you know?
Yeah.
That's how they got millions, Katie.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? Like, that's how those people got millions,
Yeah.
because they'll you know, electric lines down. So that's how they got their millions. This is tornado damage right here. You see that?
Yeah.
This is definitely a tornado. And that's what I tell you, like a lot of times the news, they don't report every town that gets a tornado doesn't end up on the news. People are like, I had somebody like, oh, why don't you just look at the news and see where there were tornadoes? I'm like, no, dude, they'll report like the big famous places,
Yeah.
but they don't give a crap. Down that road right there, that's definitely tornado damage right down there.
Yeah.
And this is definitely starting to look like tornado damage. Look at the hailstorm, how it beat up this little,
Wow.
beat the crap out of that little. That must have been a brutal hailstorm.
Is it sitting, or do you think it
car?
got sunken with the storm?
It could have been flooding. No, that car's just been sitting there forever.
Yeah.
You can tell it has beat up the windshield.
Yeah.
But yeah, this town is super dangerous too, by the way. Like their murder rate, like I said, 100. The last 3 years they reported, because Alabama stopped reporting murder rates, but
Yeah.
the last 3 years they reported their murder rate was over 100.
And there's only like 1,000 people in this town.
Yeah, that's by rate. That's by rate. Look at how, oh man, dang, bro, beat up the cars. That thing got pounded, bro. That's sad, bro. It like destroyed every single. Ooh, look at that Impala. Ooh, that hurt, bro. Dang, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, they got. Look at the house. How it has holes on it
Yeah.
from the hail. Dang, bro. This must have been.
Brutal.
This must have been brutal out here.
See, everybody's got like tarps.
That's gotta hurt.
Yeah.
That's gotta be tough on the poor elderly people, you know. But nah, man, I understand. Like, look at these new cars. No. No. Lee County Civil Division.
Even the sheriff had damage.
Everybody got that's the nature.
Wow.
Nature ain't like people. See, people, we decide who we're gonna discriminate, not nature. Nature discriminates all
nature's
of
like
us.
everybody.
Dang, that's gotta hurt, man.
This one was in the garage.
It sucks to see all their cars destroyed like that, man. It hurts. That's gotta hurt, man.
Yeah.
That hurts, man. I really feel for these people with their cars. That Impala, man. Can you imagine you have this 90s Impala? We're going the wrong way.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's not a big deal. There's no traffic. Okay, which way are we going? Left or right?
Turn left onto Alabama 50 East, Senator Claude Pepper
This
Drive.
hurts to watch, man.
Yeah.
That Impala, like imagine having like your baby Impala sitting in the driveway from the 90s.
Yeah.
Thing is
Continue
like
on Alabama 50
100%
East for
original.
29 miles.
Hailstorm
Yeah.
comes and destroys it. That's gotta suck, man.
Yeah.
That's gotta suck. But no, guys, this whole narrative of rural poor Alabama and
Yeah.
poor me syndrome, get the crap out of here, dude.
No.
People just trying to get food stamps. In Alabama, you can make so much money. You have no idea, bro. And I'm coming from Naples, Florida. There are 1,800 properties in Naples, Florida right now, over $1 million on the marketplace for sale. For sale. And it was easier to make money out here, bro. People would pay you extra money because they couldn't find anybody. So, like, if you want to work out here in Alabama, you can make so much money. It's crazy. But people here have like it's almost like, they look down on hard work here, you're just being greedy. Why you're being, it's not being greedy. If you have money, money is a protection. Money protects your family, This is starting to look like tornado damage to me, some of these places here.
Yeah.
It's starting to look like tornado damage. At least that hailstorm, that is brutal, man. Brutal. Get out of here, man. That whole poor Alabama, we can't get jobs and there's no jobs out here. That's garbage. Dude, you can start a company out here cutting trees, cleaning lawns, pressure washing, painting, anything. And the people here, when you work for one person and they like you, you're going to work for their neighbor. Then you're going to work for their parents. Then they're going to refer you to their family. I worked for people here in Alabama where I would work for one family. And then I'd work for the next and the next. The next thing you knew, you worked for hundreds of people. And, look at that 64 Impala.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. You work for one person, you work for the next, and work for the next, and work for the next. Next thing you know, you've worked for the whole town, and they all pay you good, they all give you tips, and they know you're a hard-working person, you get respect in the community. But this whole poor me syndrome and, we can't get jobs, and that's all a storyline. Like, you might see somebody here in Alabama driving an old beat-up car from the 80s. Let's do the math. How much money have they saved? My car payment is $1,200 a month. But that's excessive. Let's say your car payment is $600. 6 times 10.
6,000.
6,000 a year. Let's call it 7,000 a year. 7,000 times 20 is $140,000. That's how much when you see somebody driving a truck from 1987, they've saved $140,000 just by not buying a new vehicle. And then a mortgage payment right now is 17, right? Nice Impala. I love how many Impalas they got out here. Let's be conservative. Let's call it 17. 17 times 12, 21?
34.
No, 21. They're not a calculator. Call it 1740 times 12. 1740 times 12. I think it's 21. 21,400.
2080.
2080. It's a little less.
2,880. Yeah.
20 what?
20,880.
Okay, it's a little bit less than I thought. Okay. Now multiply that times. That's annually, right?
Mm-hmm.
Times 30. $600,000 plus the other 140. That's $740,000 over a lifetime that these people here don't have to come up with. That's $700,000. These people that live out here, we're entering Chambers County. That's $700,000 that these people that live out here don't have to make. That me and you do, bro. All these houses are paid off. All these cars are paid off. These people don't have to go work 40 hours a week. And then, because they don't make income, they get food stamps. A lot of them pretend like they're disabled and get a disability. Bro, these people ain't starving out here. They look like they're starving because they're trying to keep a low profile. This whole like narrative that, oh, poor rural Alabama. If you move to poor rural Alabama with a truck and a trailer and a Bobcat skid steer, you are gonna make $300,000 a year, man. Get the crap out of here, bro. This whole poor rural Alabama narrative, erase it. These people are, 1, lazy, 2, pretending like they ain't got no money, and 3, leeching off the American system. These people out here ain't starving. Get the crap out of here, dude. I'm telling you, it was so when I lived in this part of Alabama, it was so easy to make money. Now the people here, they're complacent and they're lazy. And then you got a crackhead hooker. She gets it both ways.
Wow.
That's a quote from the guy who met him. Remember the homeless guy in Texas we interviewed?
Yep.
I interviewed a homeless guy in Texas, and he was like, and then you got the crackhead hooker. She gets money both ways. What the crap?
Yeah.
No, they get money both ways out here. Alabama gets money both ways out here. These people ain't starving, y'all. Stop playing with me, man. You see that old truck right there that went down the road? That guy saved $140,000 because he's had that truck since 1984. Get the crap out of here, man.
Yeah.
These people ain't poor. These people are not starving, bro. They're lazy. They're leeching off the system. And they're fooling every last one of you. I got furniture in my house right now. People, I lived in Naples, Florida. One of the richest cities in the country. And the furniture that I have inside my house right now came from Alabama. When you watch my live streams, all that Sherry furniture that I have in my house, all that's from Alabama. Now they have junk cars, they have a lot of land, they have a lot of antiques, they have antique cars. Those are assets that don't really, antiques, for example. They have a lot of antiques here in Alabama. Those are assets that appreciate in value. They're assets that are not taxable. These people got it figured out. They know how to live and leech off the system without getting too overworked. They got this whole thing figured out. But don't believe this whole rule, like if you watch that Lord Scooter video where, oh, there's no jobs out here and industries left, and no, ain't none of that. Food stamps.
Yeah.
EBT. They ought to call it lazy. They ought to call it LSB. Lazy sons of. Come on, man. EBT. Get out of here, man. If you want to believe that narrative, you go ahead and believe it. But I'm going to tell you, I lived out here myself. And these people don't write checks, they give you cash money. And sometimes they don't even give you cash money. They'll be like, you see that old car in the backyard? You want some antiques? Next thing you know, they barter. They don't always use cash money, they barter for services. That's tax-free transactions they do out here. I don't for a second think that these people out here are starving. If you want to believe the narrative, you believe it. But I'm going to tell you, from somebody who lived out here in this part of Alabama, that narrative is a pile of crap. If you want to believe it, you believe it. These people got America figured out. Checking out from rural Alabama. The people of Camp Hill, I'm sorry you guys had your beautiful Impalas destroyed. But the beautiful thing about nature is nature discriminates everybody. We as humans pick and choose who we discriminate, but nature is even for everybody. The poor people can get it, the rich people can get it. Look at where we live in South Florida. We had Hurricane Ian, 14-foot storm surge go inside the rich people's houses by the beach. I personally don't feel too bad for them. But I'm sorry you guys are going through that. I hope your insurance companies don't give up on them. Put the heat on them insurance companies. You know. And keep up the facade because they're believing it. I wish I could have stayed in Alabama. I was making so much money out here, but there's just too much racism. You can't live in a place like this. Look at this town. Their murder rate is higher than U.S. Mexican border towns on the Mexican side are safer than that. That little town we were in right now, that little town's not a joke. The last 3 years that they reported murder rates, their murder rates were over 100 per 108, 107 per 100,000. Baltimore, Maryland, it's like 50. That means you're twice as likely to get murdered in that little town than you are to get murdered in Baltimore, Maryland. That town is more dangerous than Detroit per capita. All right, y'all. Check it out.